You know it's Strike Force, baby.
What's up, y'all? It's G from Strike Force Recordings. We're back. Today we're gonna be working on Reason 5 and Pro Tools. I'm gonna show you pretty much start to finish how to work Reason. I'll even get into the MIDI controllers like your Axiom and my MPD32 on a future. It's gonna be a several part series with Reason and Pro Tools. Reason 5 and Pro Tools 8 or 9, pretty much the same thing. Alright, I'm just gonna get right into it. First, we're gonna come here in Pro Tools, open up some new tracks. New. We're going to need a stereo aux track, stereo aux, and for later recording we're going to need a few stereo audio tracks. Alright, you got your aux track open. In your aux track you're going to want to come into multi-channel plugin and into your instruments, go into Reason, open up your Reason. Reason, as far as the ReWire, you're going to want to go mix left, mix right because it's a stereo going out. My MIDIs, I got a couple different MIDIs set up, so I'm going to get that message. Just close that down. As soon as we get into MIDI, I'm going to go right in here, open up the Kong Drum Designer, something new to Reason 5. Wasn't in Reason 4. This is real cool, especially with your Akai MPD. I'll show you how to hook those up together, but right now we're just going to focus on the Kong, getting it open and getting it synced with your Pro Tools. Alright, so you're working in Kong here. Most of y'all are going to want to have a MIDI controller. So what you do is you come up here to get this screen to show up here with the green bars. You come up here, click on Advanced MIDI. To get your MIDI controller to show up here, you see where it says Akai MPD32. That's what I'm using. To get it to show up, you come up here in Reason. You go to Preferences. You're going to change it to Keyboards and Control Surfaces, and your Auto Detect Surfaces. With Reason 5, almost all of the popular MIDI controllers show up automatically. You see the Akai MPD shows up here. You just make sure it's checked, and you're going to be then you would add it, but it's already done for me. But that's to get your MIDI controller to show up here. And then if you wanted to, you could have different MIDI controllers on different channels, A, B, C, so you're not just stuck with the one MIDI controller. You could shift through a keyboard and a beat, something like the Akai drum machine MIDI controller or what have you. You hit your MIDI controller, whichever green light you see here, the channel 1 light is coming on. Whichever light comes on, you want to assign it to whatever you're going to be using it with. Right now we're using it with the Kong, so we click on Kong. That gets that rolling. Now I can control it. Instead of clicking it, I can control it with my MIDI controller. Alright, now when you're recording in the Reason, right now you got to run it through your aux track. A lot of people want to play it with a click so they can play along with the BPMs per grid. You're going to come into, on one of your audio channels, come to your multi-mono plugins, go to Instrument, click on Click. That's going to give you that, and you can change it to whatever type of click you want. You know, an MPC click, a cowbell, whatever. I like the MPC. Close that down. You're going to want to come up here into Options, make sure your click is on, and then you're going to want to go into Setup into your click count off. Click on that, and here's where you can select where the click plays. If you want it during playing and record, only during record. You get your number of count off bars. Most people like 2 or 1. Got that all set up. Click OK. Now you see in Pro Tools here, it's running through our aux channel. If we want to record it into audio, we're going to have to set up one of our audio tracks. We're going to bus it in, stereo bus 1 and 2, out through wherever your speakers are going. And now we're going to take this aux track. You're going to bus it out through 1 and 2, so it runs into the audio 2 here. Now when you play it back, you're not going to hear nothing. What you need to do, you need to record enable, and when you record, that's when you hear the sounds. You also hear you got your click going. You can turn your click up or down, whatever you want. If you need to change any of your other click options, you come in here to the transport window. This will make sure your count off is on if you need that 2-bar count off in the beginning. Alright, so we're going to want to make sure this count off is highlighted so we get that 2-bar count off in the beginning. You got your click track, record enable, your audio track you'll be recording on, bust out of here, bus 1 and 2 out of here, into bus 1 and 2 here, hit return to bring it to beginning. If you need to change your BPMs, double click there. I'm going to stick with 100. Take it to the beginning, hit 3 on your keypad to record enable. It's going to give you that 2-bar count off. Simple as that. You tap out whatever kind of loop you want to make. Highlight it at the right bars. This is a 4-bar loop. To play back in a loop form, you come up here to options, make sure loop playback is checked. Take it off of record enable, and when you play back, the highlighted area will just keep looping itself and playing it back. Now I know a lot of you guys like to record in MIDI so you can play with it later, adjust things, move things around, change keys of things. To do that, simple, you just come up here, open up a new track. This time you're going to want to be a MIDI track. Create that. Your aux, you're going to want to change that to your speakers now, because you're not busting them to be recorded on another track. Come down here to your MIDI. The input, we'll keep it at all. Output, we're working with the Kong. Record, enable it, bring it back to the beginning. You could do the same thing. Now you got your loop here, but you can also go back and play, adjust, move notes if need be, whatever you got to do. Draw in new notes. You know how MIDI works. You move things around, get every drum right on beat, right on key. If you need to get it right on the one, if you hit any notes off, it's here for you to play. Now after you have it in MIDI, if you want to record it, say you got this to everything to how you like it, you want to record it, what you do, go back to that MIDI track, put your aux back on the bus, and it's going to be just like the audio was before. Bust it in through here. This is going to be playing through your Korg Reason 5 playback. You don't actually need the 2-bar count off. And now you're right back to where you were before with the 4-bar audio loop, which you can duplicate, stretch out, put in different drops, make
You
different
know it's
samples for
strike force,
different areas of the
baby.
songs.
I need some more of those banging beats.